Welcome to another ProModel Solutions video. Today we're going to talk about adjusting your conveyor length to account for the way that ProModel loads and unloads entities onto a conveyor. So let's take a look at the conveyor. We'll create a little conveyor here on our screen. And then we'll go look at the properties. We're going to adjust this down to 10 feet just for convenience sake. So let's say that we have an entity, let's say a length of board that's 10 feet long, and it's traveling between a saw and a finishing machine, and it's on a 10-foot conveyor. The board itself is 10 feet long, and so it should take about, if the conveyor speeds 10 feet per second, it should take about a minute or so, or 30 seconds for it to go from one end of the conveyor to the other to unload. But ProModel, when it puts an entity onto the conveyor, it adds the entire length all at once. So if you added a 10-foot board to this conveyor, the travel time would show like 0 seconds for default. It would take like 0 time for this 10-foot board to travel down a 10-foot conveyor. So to account for this, we're going to change the length of the conveyor in our properties for our conveyor. What we want to do is we want to add the length of the entity that's going on to the conveyor to the length of the conveyor. We want to add the length for the arrival and for the departure of the entity. So if we have a 10-foot board on a 10-foot conveyor, we need to add 10 feet for the beginning and 10 feet for the end so that it counts for the entire travel time that a 10-foot entity would take going on the conveyor. So we're going to change our length here to be 30 feet because of 10 at the beginning, 10 for the length of the conveyor, and 10 for it to unload. You'll notice that the change doesn't show here in our graphical layout. So the length will appear the same. So if you're concerned that the conveyor is going to not fit in the scale drawing anymore, all we're doing is we're changing the internal calculation of the length of this, not the visual display. So that's how you account for ProModel's loading and unloading of a conveyor so you get the proper time in transit. Thanks. See you next time.